Intermittent fasting does not suit women. Women doing it is actually messing their hormones. Your body will tell you everything. It's like a book you don't read. We are so tuned to crisis management. There is no thought about maintenance. We wait for disease to happen and then we correct it.
We're running, and we only stop when things go wrong.
When you wake up, do not doom scroll. Rather than finding what has happened in the world, see what has happened inside you. 7 billion people, 7 billion prakriti. Utna farak hai. Though we all look similar, but in mental and physical aspects, in gut microbiome aspects, we are different. Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha. Prasanna is happiness, blissful, feeling content. Atma, soul. Indriya, the sensorials. And Mana. If all these things come balanced, then you are a healthy person.
Is it possible that most of these popular trends that are out there today are actually damaging people's systems without them realizing it?
Most likely, yes. Most trends are damaging. Don't do it because you have seen somebody doing it. Women want to multitask. The competition is with men. We are trying to be something which we should not be. You don't have to prove yourself. Women need more sleep than men. When you're menstruating, please rest. This creates imbalance in the overall reproductive profile of yours.
What is the most uncomfortable truth about health that people refuse to accept? So, Dr. Manisha, let's speak about Ayurveda and beyond Ayurveda today in this episode of The Human Thread. Tell me, we are living in the most medically advanced time in history. Yet, people are more fatigued, inflamed, anxious, and hormonally imbalanced than ever. From an Ayurvedic lens, what has modern humanity fundamentally misunderstood about health?
Oh, I could go on and on. But the major thing which people miss out on is we are so tuned to crisis management. There's a bimari, we'll correct it. But there's no thought about maintenance. We have been gifted one of the biggest marvels of engineering, our body. Beautiful lab, everything perfect. So we wait for disease to happen and then we correct it. So there is a proverb, prevention is better than cure. And it is the basis of Ayurvedic wisdom कि पहले आप अपने शरीर को ठीक रखो, अगर बीमारी हो गई तो उसको ठीक करेंगे. This prevention part is completely gone and missing. And that is the problem. We do not bother about maintaining our body, but we want to correct some illness that has happened. So I think the modern human is missing on the maintenance of this assembly of organs. So
I can agree. I think we do live in a world where we're running, and we only stop when things go wrong. We don't actually monitor the running.
True.
Yeah, so I kind of agree there. So tell me then, according to you, Ayurveda has different pace of life, right? They talk about sunrise routines, slow eating, slow living, seasonal eating. Can a fast, hyper-urban life of today ever truly be compatible with Ayurvedic health?
So Ayurvedic wisdom is very timeless. The principles are timeless. So 30,000 years ago, we had the similar biology and cells. Today, we have the similar biology and cells. We have evolved in terms of the environment we have changed. So that does not mean you will have to go and live in a Himalayan cave to survive Ayurveda. It is very adaptable and suitable for current life. The keyword in this entire thing is the fast-paced life. So fast in Ayurveda completely resonates with a bioenergy called Vata. The energy of movement, cognition. So my heart rate, the way I speak, the way I move, everything is governed by Vata. Now if I do everything fast, which is today the life, okay, I'm traveling from one place to another, constantly on the move, eating on the go, chalte chalte coffee pee rahe hain. So we are creating a Vata imbalance condition. So we just have to correct it. Adapting is, so dinacharya zaruri nahi hai. We have this dinacharya, you wake up with sunrise. You wake up. Don't wait for the bird to chirp for you. But when you wake up, do not doom scroll. Mobile leke mat baitho. Give yourself some time, maybe 10-15 minutes of reflection. Start that slowness. 1 घंटा तो आपके पास सबके पास होता है. So rather than finding what has happened in the world, see what has happened inside you and be at peace with it. That is slow living. And second, honor the sun. We are slave to the sun. So sun governs our happiness, our moods, our hormones, metabolism. Slave to the sun, so follow the sun. So when it is at in the mid noon, सर पे होता है, तब आप अपना अच्छा सा मील ले लो. Stick to that. Sunset हो जाए, उसके आसपास अपना दूसरा मील ले लो, and then do whatever you want to. The idea is to create pit stops in this fast life of silence and routine, and not worry कि भैया ये छूट गया, वो छूट गया, it will come back.
So, as a doctor of Ayurveda, as a doctor of medicine, there is so much information now online, and I think everyone who's maybe practice a little bit of Ayurveda is also giving knowledge. Can you tell us, as a professional, what are the 3 top disciplines and mindsets of Ayurveda that we should imply in our lives today?
Very interesting question and very simple answer to this. 3 interesting principles. First is dinacharya, the rhythm. Follow the rhythm of the sun. I keep on repeating, we are the slaves of sun. We are solar beings, so honor that. If possible, even on your weekends, please wake up early. That's a routine. You are not going to get enough sleep even if you sleep for 10 hours, 12 hours. Does not really work that way. So maintain a routine along with the sun. Wake up, sleep early before 10 p.m. So that is first. Restore your rhythm. Second is the supremacy of Agni or the digestion. Agni is such a beautiful concept in Ayurveda, where we say that whatever you eat has to be digested very well. You are not what you eat, you are what you digest and assimilate. You could be eating the best of food, but if your digestion is not optimum, you will never be well nourished. So try to improve your Agni. And I think the world is warming up to the gut and the brain and gut microbiome. We have been talking about it since millennia. कि भैया अपना पेट ठीक कर लो. And eat when your body is demanding food. Be present with the food. You are doing so much of mehnat to bring food on the table. So be grateful for that. Eat in silence. Enjoy every flavor of the food, and automatically you will know that you're digesting well. And always eat 2 morsels less than needed. So this is the second one. And third one is emotional regulation. Learn to regulate your emotions. Know when to express, know when to suppress. Expression, happiness, joy, please express it. If there is anger, envy, jealousy, please refrain expressing it, because these are not the things which will bring a lot of happiness to you, either to the other person that you are going to express it to. And do Veg Dharan. So there is a thing called urges. There are 13 natural urges which you should not control. So there's आंसू आ रहे हैं, बह जाने दो. जम्भाई आ रही है, let it go. You don't have to be very polite, because these are the things, the moment you start suppressing, you walk out of that place and go yawn. If you have to pee, please go pee. Don't hold on to such urges, because over a time it builds up and creates problems. So these 3 things are important: emotional regulation, Agni, and living with the sun.
And do you think we have replaced these Ayurvedic daily disciplines and rhythms with gadgets?
Yes. Oh, so gadgets are really important. You should have, but confirm your wisdom with gadget. है ना कि मुझे ये पता चला है, confirm it, but don't depend on it. Do not let the gadget run your life with all your trackers and all your 10,000 steps and all your blood works. I look like a 30-year-old, though I'm a 50-year-old. They are great, but do you feel like that? If your body is telling that you have slept for 8 hours, but you're not waking up fresh, there is still something which is lacking. So your gadget told you slept well, but you did not repair well. So correct the repair. See where you went wrong. Did you eat wrong? Did you hold anger against somebody? Did you not feel good about something? So those things also affect your repair. तो वो देखो, gadgets are good. I'm all for gadgets, but use it wisely.
Yeah, it's right. We do depend on the parameters that a gadget tells you, but it's not necessary that you're actually feeling that way. You know, it might say that everything is optimal, but you're not feeling optimal. So the gadget can't really know what you're feeling. I think what you're feeling only you know.
Yeah, gadgets are data points.
Yeah.
They will give you data.
Guidelines.
Yeah, you walk 10,000 steps. About 10,000 steps, I have my own theory, and personally, I feel every person is not cut out for 10,000 steps. It was an ad in Japan to sell shoes that you have to walk so many steps, but now it has become a thing. At certain age you could only walk 6,000, 7,000. Don't rush into it and create imbalance because the other person walked 10,000, because it is a trend. Don't follow it. See what you are capable of and then push your limits.
What does Ayurveda say about movement, if not 10,000 steps?
So vyayam, the movement, is necessary to be done every day as a daily ritual, as a routine in the morning before 10 a.m. But how much? Half up of your shakti. आपकी जितनी शक्ति है उसकी आधी शक्ति, अर्ध शक्ति व्यायाम. So if I'm capable of running 5 kilometers, I'll run 2.5 kilometers. If I'm capable of 20,000 steps, I'll do 10,000 steps. And slowly build resilience. You can't do it in one day.
Yeah.
So there are people who will do 8,000 and come back and 4 दिन कुछ नहीं करेंगे. So that is not vyayam. You have to do it daily. It should become a memory. It should be a part of your life. And health build करना ना is a very boring thing. It is the same routine, same ritual which become memory and habit, and then you are always healthy.
Yeah, it's the conditioning of the body and the mind, and it takes years to do it.
And ये 21 days, 7 days से ना कुछ reset नहीं होता है. For building a habit, it could take 100 to 150 days.
Correct. Or
It
even
is-
longer.
Or even longer, depending on how invested you are.
Yeah, because you can fall back into old patterns very quickly because the conditioning is so strong.
Conditioning नहीं. Comfort is so important. So being healthy requires efforts which sound like chores. वो मज़े नहीं होते हैं उसमें and dopamine नहीं मिल रहा है. So we are beings of desire and dopamine. तो अगर हमको वही नहीं मिल रहा है तो we'll go back to things which comfort us.
As a doctor of Ayurveda, do you find it annoying that the world has now equated this word to retreats and 20 days of pranayam and 30 days of this practice, and that is Ayurveda instead of a way of life? Because it's almost marketed as a retreat, a getaway, you know, do a Ayurvedic massage to feel better, do an Ayurvedic 21 days eating style to feel better. Does it annoy you?
Of course it does to an extent because this was supposed to be done daily. So the massage, the abhyanga, you have to give yourself some love and care by yourself. So application of oil, I think when the babies are born in India, एक massage का pattern होता है till the age of 2, 3.
Yeah.
The thing is set up so that you continue doing it throughout your life. You do not give up after 3rd and 4th year and then one day you say कि आज 10 दिन में retreat जाके you feel better, you feel relaxed, but then you come back to the same thing you left back and again the whole stress cycle begins. So rather than doing it for 10 days, 21 days, do it daily. It will not take a lot of time. 5 to 7 minutes of abhyanga, some minutes of oil pulling, maybe 2 to 3, a little bit of self-care, and half an hour mein you actually achieve a lot. And again the keyword is fast. Vata. So Vayu as a bioenergy, we have 3 bioenergies. It is Vata, Pitta and Kapha. These are functional energies which do a lot of work in your body. Loosely, Vata bioenergy is movement, cognition, and anything that has fluttering, you feel butterflies in your stomach, your brain is working, you are analyzing, Vata. Pitta is metabolism or procession or changing from one form to another. So if I am eating chawal, it does not go as chawal in the body. It forms into energy, carb, some energy. It will do some repair in the body. So this is Pitta, the energy of heat, and this also forms our Prakriti. And Kapha is stability and structure. So if you have Kapha, you have good structure, you are stable, you move less, you are slightly lazy, and we are a mixture of all these things. Maybe one is dominant than others, and this is what is known as Prakriti. And we are born with this. The moment a baby is conceived, at the time of conception, your Prakriti or your DNA design is formed. So you could be a Vata dominant, you could be a Pitta dominant, you could be a Kapha dominant. So Vata dominants are very creative, very different people. They everything is erratic and you can't predict. So एक दिन बहुत भूख लग रही है, एक दिन कम भूख लग रही है, एक दिन सब अच्छा लग रहा है, एक दिन कुछ अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. Constipation को prone to है. There's a lot of dryness in them. But if you see poets and people who write stories, they will be Vata dominant because creativity comes naturally to them. The Pitta one, the dominating leadership kind, people who are decisive, people who are sharp because Pitta is all about being hot, sharp, pungent, logically correct because it is processing. These people are prone to acidity, premature graying, acne, skin rashes, anger. The ego is here. And the Kapha, teddy bear people, friendly to everybody, less expressive. They will absorb everything. They are the people who will delegate and get things done because they don't like to move. So if these are the bosses, they will do a great job in tum ye karo, tum ye karo, tum ye karo, and I'll sit back and relax. So Kapha people become very loyal and steady people, though they are not very ambitious, like a Pitta type. Pitta type is very ambitious and steady and focused. Goal hai to I have to achieve. फिर Sam, Dam, Dandabed does not
Nothing.
matter, and that affects their health a lot. So every Pitta type will come with some gut problem.
Wow. Do you meet people and figure out which type they are?
Of course, that is the first thing to address. So there is a whole list of questions I need to ask to understand what is the dominant Prakriti. So personal medicine comes only when I know the Prakriti of a person. And it varies from person to person. 7 billion people, 7 billion Prakriti. Utna farak hai. So though we all look similar, but in mental and physical aspects, in gut microbiome aspects, we are different.
We are all very unique.
Yeah, we are all very unique.
Well, I'd love to find out what I am. We'll do that after this.
Yes, we must.
So tell me, many people believe that they are healthy. They work out, they take supplements, they sleep well, they eat clean. Yet they suffer from hormonal issues, anxiety, poor sleep, inflammation. Where do you think modern wellness culture is getting it wrong?
So, health is not maths, na? Ki I did so much of gymming, exercise, XYZ. Plus, I ate everything which was correct, organic, and superfood, whatever the word is. And then I also have a great lifestyle is equal to good health. Ye plus, ye plus, ye plus will be healthy. We go back to one shloka or principle of Ayurveda ki rogoh sarve api mandagno. Whatever disease comes, it comes from manda agni, poor digestion. And this digestion is not gut, this is also cellular digestion. This is also, your thoughts also need to be processed, right? Your
Correct.
emotions need to be processed. So digestion of emotions. So you could eat everything and your parameters could look right. You have great hemoglobin, good vitamin B12, good D3. But if you are waking up tired, there is something amiss in your entire routine. So don't treat things as equation and don't, because I'm feeling exhausted today, because some app has told me you can take this, you start popping a pill. See what you can reduce and see what you can incorporate. Can you eat better? Can you improve your digestion? Can you breathe better? Could you meditate? Find things which are not poppable but become a lifestyle, so it becomes easy for you to maintain health. Health is, so healthy ka definition in Ayurveda, I have to tell this in a shlok and then I'll explain it in the easiest way possible.
Perfect.
So sama dosha, sama agni, sama dhatu, malaha kriya. Sama dosh, the three bioenergies should be well balanced. Samadhatu, the tissues. There are 7 tissues. You have the blood, the muscle, the bone marrow, these should be balanced. Some Agni, your Agni, every level digestion should be balanced. And Mal is the excretory part. The stools, the urine, the sweat, whatever you throw out of the body should also be well balanced. Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha. And this is where it gets very interesting in Ayurveda because now it covers the whole body, not just the organs. Prasanna is happiness, blissful, feeling content. Atma, soul.
Soul.
Indriya, the sensorials. And Mana. If all these things come like this, balanced, then you are a healthy person. So even if your parameters are all good and you are chid hai, you are getting irritated at the drop of hat, you're not healthy.
I like what you said, digestion at a cellular level, digesting your thoughts. Because I don't think we really stop and think about, are we digesting our own thoughts? I'll give you an example. Let's say you walk in and you've sat down and you've said something very rude to me. I really wouldn't think too much about have I digested that on a cellular level or not. I may have said 10 things to you in my head, right, but actually said nothing back and not digested it. Then it stays, like you said, in the body. Probably hampers digestion, probably hampers sleep.
Yes,
Something that small could trouble you on a cellular level, but we never really stop to think.
Nobody does because the acknowledgement is missing. The reality that we could have unprocessed emotions is a part of healing and nobody heals that. So currently that's what you asked me the first question. What are we missing? We are treating organs. The crisis में liver है तो liver ठीक करूँगी, brain है brain ठीक करूँगी. But what about the everything in toto and not in silo? That needs healing. And there is food, there is water, there is fluids, there is emotions. Everything needs to be regulated.
How do you emotionally regulate yourself?
I do pranayam. I cannot stop telling people how beneficial it is. Breathing, 10 to 15 minutes. It takes only that much. Ideally done on an empty stomach in a silent place. Do Anulom Vilom. Whenever you are angry, take a pause, breathe for 10 counts, breathe in, breathe out, and you're sorted. The moment you breathe, you regulate your vagal nerve here. When you are regulating this, you are regulating your digestion, you're calming down, you are coming out of fight and flight mode. आपको डर नहीं लग रहा है, and now you're relaxed, and now you think, and then you respond. What has become of current generation is everything needs reaction, and there are so many emojis to react to. The other day, this is something which bothers me a lot and I have to share. So I was passing and there were school children and they were talking to each other and they cracked some joke. And rather than laughing like expressing, they did lol lol lol. And I was wondering, it's laugh out loud. Haslo, what is stopping you in laughing? Just laugh and move on. But they could not. For them, everything was becoming emoji. So reactions are more important than response. The moment you move from reacting to responding, automatically you're balanced internally.
But it's true, people actually say LOL instead of laughing.
And that bothers me. And laughing is such a beautiful therapy. LOL completely destroys it. How can you just lol and walk out? How can you not laugh?
Yeah.
So laughing is essential. Crying is essential. You can't just send an emoji that you are tearful or you're not feeling good. Half emoji, so I don't even understand. But I think people should express.
I agree. I think that is quite funny. I do agree that I mean I've not really thought about it, but yeah, it's become common to say lol, like, and you don't really even think about it. You just think like, that person's saying this is funny. They're validating your joke. That is it. They're not actually laughing. They're validating your joke.
But if it was a joke, if a person is cracking some joke, the response is not lol. The response is khul ke hasna.
Yeah,
it was meant to entertain you.
So that brings me to the point that social media has created performance as wellness, right? Everything about wellness has become a performance. Cold plunges, green juices, fasting trends. Now, from an Ayurvedic lens, is health becoming a performance rather than practice?
See, I don't mind health becoming a performance provided it is suitable to your prakriti. We go back to the same thing. Is it suitable for you? So there are so many trends. The cold plunges do not suit the Vata type. He already is cold. He will not go for a chutti to a mountain. He will go to a beach where it is warm and nice and humid. They prefer warmth. Now cold plunges, because XYZ is doing, you will also do. If you have sinusitis, if you have very dry skin, it will only create more dryness. Does not work. The second thing is green juices. I have a real anti thing about something which is raw. Ayurveda prefers things to be cooked. They're spiced, a little fat. Especially for vegetables, it is specially mentioned that vegetables are little rough, heavy and cold. So to make the dryness balance, you need to add some healthy fat to your whatever salads or XYZ things that you're having, or cook it with good fat. So the moment you start having it raw and your agni or digestion is not great, you're just going to create more ama or chronic inflammation in your body. You could do for 10 days, maybe because you want to lose weight, because you want to tame your digestive wellness. But beyond that, doing it daily, it is just,
Yeah, it's not a lifetime trend. You can't live on green juices for the rest of your life.
I have treated a patient who was on green juices for 6 months to lose weight. She came with a very dry colon, her prolactin shot up, and I had to work hard to make her understand ki please have some ghee, please have some fat. And within a month's time, her prolactin came back to normal. Her gut, she developed IBS because of that, irritable bowel syndrome, which is a functional problem. And she healed herself. And now she does not stop thanking me because you, and unfortunately, she was a nutritionist. So,
Wow.
anyways, so the green juice trend, 5-10 days is fine, but again does not suit everybody.
Yeah.
It depends on how you digest. And what was the third part?
Fasting trends.
The fasting people. So Langhan is a therapy. Langhan is eating less than required for a day. This is Langhan in Ayurveda. Langhan यानी लघु, हल्का करना. Ayurveda also propagates 2 meals in a day. It was never about breakfast. There's no breakfast in Ayurveda. कि सुबह उठो खाने बैठ जाओ. Not needed. You have 2 meals. If at all, have one snack. So curated meals are only 2. Proper, one lunch, one dinner, and some fruits in between. Intermittent fasting does not suit women. It suits people who have lifestyle or metabolic issues. You do it for a certain time, but then go back to simple eating, which suits your body type. Women doing it is actually messing their hormones. It is such a problem. I'll explain it later. But intermittent fasting or 36-hour fasting or water fasting, I'm completely against. I don't think people should challenge the body so much that it starts suffering. You create stress, you create inflammation. You might feel good for 3 days, but after 4th day, then you slowly nurse yourself back to normal food, which people don't do. 4th, 5th day, biryani khayenge. So all the things that you've done is lost, and it is now a shocker to your Agni. 4 days you have given nothing. Now it is resting, it has become mellow, and now you put a lot of food on top of it. It will completely diffuse. It will diffuse the Agni, and you are suffering. Your enzymes will never optimize with fasting trends. So I'm not a big pro. It depends on person to person. Some things do work in lifestyle disease, but not all.
So I want to expand a little bit on the intermittent fasting for women. You said it's not good for women, you don't promote it. And I do relate to the fact myself, we don't need to wake up and eat. And I'm not somebody who wakes up and eats because I don't feel the need to. Not because of a trend, not because if anyone's told me, not because I've read a theory and liked it, but genuinely I don't feel the need to wake up and eat. And I did find the whole breakfast thing a bit flawed. Being a vegetarian, it's not like I'm waking up and I'm looking, you watch in movies and shows, eggs and this and that, muffins, English breakfast. Don't have that lifestyle, don't really need it, don't wake up. And what do you eat? Poha, don't really look forward to poha at 8 in the morning. So my point is that I'm not somebody who wakes up to breakfast. Saying that, I do feel very good about actually eating at 12, 12:30 a lunch, like you said. But that whole trend of IF, so everyone thinks that you're doing IF, but you're not. You're just eating because that's what feels right to me. Explain why IF doesn't work for women.
So, intermittent fasting, where you're eating, आप लगातार किए चले जा रहे हो. Women should fast. Say in India, in traditionally, Indian women fast only during Shravan months, where or you can fast once or twice in a month, where it is proper fasting.
24 hours.
24 hours. You just have fruit or water.
Yeah.
So intermittent fasting is my 2 meals, which is Ayurveda. But if you're fasting and trying to maintain a 16-hour thing, or not eating, or having 1 meal a day, so this does not work with women's hormones. Our hormones are 28-day cycle. So women hormone is a 28-day cycle.
From period to period.
Period to period. So 14 days of estrogen, 14 days of progesterone. Estrogen, E for energy. High on energy, creative, want to rule the world in first 14 days. The moment you ovulate and you go into progesterone phase, P for progesterone, P for peace. Now you want to rest, relax. In first 14 days, you want to eat more. You need that energy to sustain. You might want a snack, but here you can actually do a bit of fasting. You can eat 1 meal or 2 meal in a day. So if you continuously do intermittent fasting, it will start affecting your hormones. You need energy for estrogen and peace for progesterone. So accordingly, you regulate your cycles and eating and fasting. And during seasonal changes. In fact, नवरात्रों के सारे उपवास is from seasonal transition from one season to other. So अभी होंगे नवरात्र.
Correct.
And again October में होंगे. So we are moving from spring to summer, and we are moving from autumn to winter, and accordingly there are changes. So those are the fasting schedules we have. Shravan ke Somvar, maybe one odd. Maximum if you see are in the month of monsoon, because seasonally the Agni is low. So we prefer kya fast kar lo.
So they're all based on how the moon, the sun, the planet, everything is moving.
Women are lunar. 28 days for moon to take 1 month, and 28 days for us to complete a cycle.
So, according to you, then is it possible that most of these popular trends that are out there today are actually damaging people's systems without them realizing it?
Most likely, yes. I like wellness trends, but suitable to your body type. Choose the trend. Before you choose the trend, go meet your doctor and tell them, I want to do this. Discuss with somebody who will guide you better. Don't do it because you have seen somebody doing it. So, most trends are damaging. It could be excessive exercising or yoga or aerobics. And listen to your body. Your body will tell you, मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है, मुझसे हो रहा है. And accordingly take a call. So don't do trends to create imbalance in your body, create stress in your body, create inflammation in your body.
I read somewhere, interesting, we were speaking about cold plunges. I read somewhere that it's become a global trend and like everyone's jumping on it. But some expert had written about how it's harmful for women because it raises the cortisol to a very high level. Women were not meant to, do this extreme kind of thing. Would you agree?
Yes. See, physiologically, women are different.
Yeah.
24 hours hormone cycle for men, 28 days cycle for women. So at times, there are times you feel cold. You could have absolutely everything normal, but you want to switch off the AC. Where are you going to go take a cold plunge and create a shock for your body? See, these are all longevity trends people are doing. The biohacking things.
Yeah.
And biohacking is a page from Ayurveda, and I'll tell you more about it.
Tell me, let's discuss what biohacking is in Ayurveda.
So currently biohacking is all about improving longevity and performance. Basis diet, lifestyle, metabolism, and certain markers. And obviously gadgets come into picture.
Yeah.
Everything is gadget friendly. So Ayurveda has always been a propagator for longevity. There is a whole chapter in every classic about Rasayan. Rasayan are the herbs and lifestyle needed to improve your lifespan. जरा इज वृद्धावस्था, उसको दूर करने वाली जो भी चीज़ है वो रसायन है. इट कुड बी अ herb, it could be food, it could be lifestyle, and Rasayan is also your interpersonal relationship. There's a whole thing on ethical conduct as Rasayan. How should you conduct so that you live longer? So that part is also there. How should you dress so that you live longer? What are the perfumes you should wear? Because these are part of daily ritual, and this
They
is
are.
all Rasayan. So biohacking has taken the metabolism part, the circadian biology, you wake up with sunrise, eat with sun, and sleep with sun. Then it talks about gut microbiome. Agni मैंने बता ही दिया है. Gut is all Agni at every level. It could be the digestive Agni, it could be the cellular Agni, but it is there. So we follow the circadian biology, we follow the gut, and we follow so many things which actually people don't do in Ayurveda, which could be Rasayan. So speaking calmly is Rasayan. Not being envious and promoting each other is Rasayan. These are all necessary for longevity. So if you're stepping out of the house, you should be dressed in such a way that it is suitable for the environment, the season and the place. You should wear certain perfumes. Perfumes थे नहीं तो आपने गजरे पहन लिए, and it was unisex. Men and women could garland so that it reduces your stress. So Rasayan, ethical conduct as a Rasayan, daily routine as a Rasayan. Daily routine में 2-3 parts come. One is vastra dharan. You wear clothes which are suitable to the environment and to the place that you're going to. They should be neat and clean, not necessarily the most trendiest, but cleanest. You should be smelling good. So your bathing water should be smelling good. So add fragrance to it. People use soaps. पहले उपटन लगते थे. And once you are stepping out of the house, your mouth should smell well. So you eat an elaichi. And you wear something which smells nice. For men, women both. It was usually garlands or flowers you could wear in hand or wear
In the
as
neck.
a neck.
Yeah.
So वो lotus का हो गया, marigold हो गया, रजनीगंधा हो गया, whatever the flower of the season, and then you step out of the house so that you are smelling good for yourself, for others. You maintain your stress levels. You are happy, you are cheerful, and whenever you go and meet people, people are equally happy to see you.
Correct.
See, dressing makes an impact, and Ayurveda has been talking about it since long. Please dress up as per the occasion. So this is also a Rasayan conduct. This comes in, talk nicely, behave well with people, give respect to elders. These are all Rasayan. मतलब longevity के ये hacks पहले हमें बता दिए गए हैं, हम करते नहीं हैं. So this is what we are missing out in biohacking, which I think people should add. Apart from that, I think people are doing good job when it comes to gut, when it comes to circadian biology, but the ethical conduct needs a little bit of revamp. Supplements are there, but again, as I say, don't depend too much on gadgets. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you ki whether you've done so much, whether it is working or not. Delete too many supplements. Don't take supplements because somebody else is taking. 20 supplements in a day does not work. And I see people in India, Indian food has enough curcumin. हमारा हल्दी होता है. And taking curcumin supplement, yeah, taking turmeric supplements, actually, unless your doctor tells you, please don't do it. It is very sharp, pungent, and it will make you more leaner and thinner and drying. Second is, summers में आप garlic और अदरक से दूर रहें. Even if you think it is a trend and people are taking it, it does not suit the season. Whether it suits you or no does not matter. So your biohacking should also reflect the season that you are living in.
Yeah, because when we were kids, our grandma used to always say that eat according to the season. And we ate only the vegetables that were seasonal. There were fruits that were seasonal. Now there's nothing as seasonal because everything is available around the year. But you know, like in winters, there'd be gajar ka halwa, gajar ki sabji, gajar ka juice. And I remember, like, I used to be frustrated. Why is everything gajar? Because it's a seasonal vegetable. For example, you know, I'm from the north. So it's like red gajar is available winters.
Yes.
Throughout, everything is made with that. You're right. Everything was done, maybe not the realization was there or not there, but it was following that kind of Ayurvedic lifestyle. Now it's more like on a trend, you know, because it's trending, they'll do it. I don't think people will still know the names. Not many people know all these names that you've taken. So another thing that Ayurveda speaks about is doshas. dosha means imbalance, as far as I have read up and I'm aware. Can you explain how physical doshas work, and do you think emotional patterns and personality traits also fall into this category?
Okay. Dosha is not imbalance. Dosha is not because you are doshi and you will be jailed. Dosh is bioenergy. Okay. The word dosh is bioenergy. As I explained, there is Vata, there is Pitta, there is Kapha. Vata for movement and cognition, Pitta for metabolism and digestion, and Kapha for stability and structure. When these are in balance, you are good, healthy, happy, everything hunky dory, all organs functioning very well. A little bit of here and there. And currently, because we are in a very fast paced world, it is mostly Vata imbalance. So you see people with lot of anxiety, lot of flatulence, lot of bloating, lot of gut issues, lot of overthinking because Vata is dominant. Hair fall, dry skin, early wrinkles, Vata imbalance. Aches and pains, joint issues, low calcium, poor bone, Vata imbalance. So imbalance के बाद दोष become a problem. Otherwise, they are manifesting as your DNA structure, DNA design, and they make you do whatever things you're doing in life. Coming back to the part, the mental. So there is manasik dosh also there. That is sattva, raja, and tam. And I'll explain it in the easiest way possible. These are your mental makeup. So, sattva is almost like if you think of a water body, say lake, it's a clear, calm lake. People who have sattva, which is strong, the mental abilities, they are very clear in thinking, they are very mellow, calm, and whatever be the adversity, they will face it.
Yeah.
That is sattva. The word we use ना वो बड़ा सात्विक लगता है या फलाना person is very sattvic. That is sattvic. Sattva is also a synonym for man in Ayurveda. So man is another entity. I'll talk about it. Coming to rajas or raja. Raja, if you think as a water body, it is the stormy lake. Movement, non-stop, uthal-puthal, overthinking, what if, why if, what if this happens? Nothing is happening, but they are not calm. And these are the one who get things done. They will wake up, this is a goal, they will wake up with something. Let's get this done, let's get this done, we have to finish it. There's always a goal point. Almost like the Pitta person, Raja is there. These are the people dominated by egos. These are the people who love food. And so Rajasi spices also come. The word Rajas comes from Rajas because always on the go na, Raja की तरह आज इधर कुछ करना है, आज उधर कुछ करना है, let's close this, let's bring this deal. And then comes the Tama. Tama is murky waters, which is still, nothing clear. A lot of laziness, stagnation, and almost to the level of being a little anxiety prone and depressed. So that is Tama.
Because there's no action.
There's no action.
Yeah.
You don't feel motivated, and that is Tama. So these three things, the mental capabilities, if they become imbalanced, you will see mental disease. And Ayurveda sees us as entire entity. So if there's butterflies in the stomach, it is a thing. If you feel कि something is off, it is a thing. Your mind and body are interconnected. There's a highway.
Yeah.
And they keep on messaging each other. So if something is off, the mind will get an alert. Notification आता है, हम उसको देखते नहीं. There are so many notifications we don't acknowledge. So notifications keep on coming कि oh, I'm not feeling good, I'm overwhelmed, and you keep on sidelining it. And one day it comes as a mental disorder along with a physical disorder. So when I see IBS cases, it is always anxiety and tummy. It is both interrelated. And Ayurveda classics mention that Pitta Dhara Kala or anything which is producing Pitta also affects your nerves and your brain and your bone marrow, Majja. So IBS, if you treat the brain, automatically the tummy becomes better. Ayurveda says कि जो भी पित्त का स्थान है वो मज्जा को affect करता है. That means wherever there is digestive issues, it will create problems with your nerves. with your brain, and with your thought process. So we interlink both, and when we treat both.
Yeah, there's a joke. I don't know. I read it in some book, and it says if your stomach is not doing well, it will give you shitty thoughts.
Yeah, so correct.
Yeah, so it kind of is in that sense, that if this is not working well, it will ride up and it will give you foggy brain and shitty thoughts.
No, it does. It actually does.
Yeah, I read it in a book and I remember thinking it was very funny.
It's a two-way highway. So whatever is in the tummy, if it is growling, it is giving you signals to eat. If it is upset, it is giving you signals that I'm not well, please take care of me. So body keeps on telling you every time.
Yeah, of course, the body does tell us how we're feeling. It's like interrelated. Sometimes the mind tells you that the body is not okay to do something, and sometimes the body tells you the mind is not okay to do this. So, yeah, you're right. It's vice versa, and both are always in sync as much as we think it's not in sync, but it's in sync because it's one being.
So people who say कि I feel intuitive या मेरी ये gut feeling है, please believe them. It is a feeling and it is genuinely a thing.
So let's talk about the women's health. And I loved all the points that you made about women and women's health because I think we tend to follow the research and the conclusions that are drawn by the health industry, which are mostly for men, and women follow it blindly. So I have, seen when something comes out, a study comes out, a trend comes out, nobody is reading is it for men and women. And like you said, we are very separate beings. Our makeup is genetically completely different, but I don't think anyone really sees the research. We just follow the trend blindly. Husbands doing it, wives doing it, brothers doing it, sisters doing it, 3 people are doing it, your friends, you are doing it, not asking whether your biological makeup allows you to do that or not. We're just following that trend. So we are seeing an explosion of PCOS, right? Every third person I meet or speak has PCOS, or they believe they have it. I don't know if they do. Thyroid issues, infertility, and hormone imbalance. And one of the prime ones being infertility. From an Ayurvedic perspective, tell me what is happening to the modern female body and why is all of this going wrong for us?
Because we are trying to be something which we should not be. The competition is with men, and I'm telling you, we both are different. So Ayurveda primarily tells women that when you're menstruating, please rest. 1, 2, 3, I want them to. You cannot perform like the way you do in the first 14 days of your period, where the energy is at the prime. When you are having your periods, you don't have enough energy, but you are pushing and you're doing it month after month, days after days, and one day this creates imbalance in the overall reproductive profile of yours. So resting, eating less, आराम से रहना, doing only what is needed actually was a norm earlier. If we follow the same, we would be so much better. So menstrual care is very important. You don't have to go to the gym. Just do mild stretching. You don't have to prove yourself कि आज ही मुझे सारे muscle बनाने हैं. No need. 3 days do pranayam. 3 days do gentle stretching. Lie down. Enjoy those 3 days. Eat light. Sleep well. If there is something which has to be finished, I think 24 hours ka difference will not make a lot of difference unless it is an exam. So this all things na over a time cumulatively affect. Now PCOD sets in the formative years of girls. When they are 13, 14, 15, their 10th and 12th exam, the lifestyle changes. You are sitting and studying. Now you are sedentary. You're eating, मन किया खा लिया, और यू आर टू स्ट्रेस कि वी हैव टू क्रैक दिस एग्जाम्स. इतना स्ट्रेस बॉडी हैंडल नहीं कर पाता, एंड दैट इज़ वेयर यू बिकम इरेगुलर इन योर मेंस्ट्रुएशन. योर ईटिंग पैटर्न, स्लीपिंग पैटर्न, थिंकिंग पैटर्न, and the amount of vata or movement you create in your body creates a problem. If you just correct and bring in movement during that time, PCOD partially gets better. But we don't do that. A 15-year-old girl is sitting and mummy ही खिला रही है दिन में 4 बार. No beta, you must be using this, and that creates a lot of metabolic imbalance. So that is one of the reasons for PCOD I see. So bring in movement, eat wisely, tell your child that she has to walk after every meal. The chances of such problems would reduce, if not completely go away. Infertility, again I told you, it is your Agni. Emotional eating. Women emotionally eat. अभी अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, I'll have a chocolate. Let's caffeinate. Let's go out and have some XYZ thing to drink because it is come new in the market. You're not hungry. भूख नहीं है. 5 friends are sitting. I've just finished a meal, but because everybody else is munching, I'll munch and eat something. It is a pressure on your digestive system. You are creating inflammation. आज कुछ नहीं होगा, कल कुछ नहीं होगा. Over a period of time, inflammation will set in and it will create problems in your hormones. So these are the basic problems. Circadian rhythm, yes, but eating patterns, not resting enough. Women need more sleep than men. 20 minutes more.
I don't think anyone believes that. I don't think our husbands believe it.
No, but they do. Women are going to procreate. They are going to bring in a new baby. They require more tissue repairs. They have different hormones. They have different needs. Their food patterns are different. So women usually follow intermittent fasting because उनको लगता है चलो, if I'm doing it for him, why should I make something else for myself? We might as well sync and do something, same things, intermittent
Together.
fasting.
Yeah.
If it is happening in the family, everybody is doing it. So it is not a festival to celebrate it. So might as well do things differently and honor what your body is telling you. I think people forget to honor their bodies and the demands. वो कर लें तो ये सारी चीज़ें थोड़ी सी कम ही होंगी.
You know, when you explain infertility and things to fix, it sounds like steps to, get to a healthy lifestyle. But I feel like infertility is on a large scale in some way that is actually not explainable. For example, our grandma's generation were having 6 to 8 kids in our country. That generation that was born between 1925 to 1945 is what I researched. They were having 6 to 8 kids on an average. Our country was producing per mother 6 to 8 kids. The generation after that, 1950 born to 1975, 3 to 4 kids on an average. After that, it's just a decline. Now it's come to a point where very rarely in a modern city, in a modern lifestyle, you hear that she had 3 kids naturally. Means conceived naturally and had 3 kids. She was just getting pregnant after pregnant. It doesn't happen. I want to understand from an Ayurvedic lens what has gone wrong. Because women's bodies are still women's bodies. We are, like you said, reproductive beings. So what has gone wrong in the last 100 years?
Nothing has gone wrong. There are 2-3 things. To be fertile, first thing you need is to have healthy ovum. There are 4 things required for fertility. Rutu, Kshetra, Ambu, Bij. Rutu is the time that you're ovulating. That needs to be. किसी का cycle अगर 28 days का है ही नहीं तो people don't even know when they are ovulating to be fertile. Kshetra, the area. Is your uterus healthy? Are the muscles good? Is the endometrium lining good? Are we feeding and nourishing ourselves so well that the endometrial health is good? That is Kshetra. That also takes care of ovary. If you have ovulation but the ovum is not coming out and becoming a cyst, where is the ovulation? You are missing out on ovum. So Rutu, Kshetra, Ambu, nourishment, plasma, nourishing fluids. Is it enough? Are you hydrated? Bij. Finally, the sperm and the ovum. What is the quality? It is not just the women. The sperm also has to be healthy.
Correct.
Procreate. Are we having such great ovums and sperms that you can procreate easily? And end of the day, when you are copulating, are you stress free? Are you? Do you have time even to connect and enjoy an intercourse? Is it happening? If all these things are happening, then people have decided to design their babies. Okay, I'm marrying at 27, I'll have a baby at 32. So there is already a design. So I'll tell you about this patient of mine. She is 27-year-old and she came to me कि you give me medication so that my ovulation is great because I want to have 2 babies before 30 and I'm going for IVF. That female was completely capable of having normal babies. She went for IVF because she designed her life that way. 27 में 1 baby, 30 में another baby. She conceived through IVF. She has just delivered few months back. So you have started designing your life. And the ideal time for having a baby is around mid 20s. People are missing that part only. And slowly the ovum quality and ovulation decline. And this gynecologist also accept. So even if you're freezing your eggs, you're doing it in late 30s. So when it is optimum time, you're not utilizing it. So when you say your dadi, nani or earlier generation, they were having babies before the age of 25 or at least below 30.
That's true.
So all these things should come together for people to have healthy babies. And there are still people who want to have babies, but then the quality of ovum slowly declines. And there's beautiful research which shows that ovum chooses the sperm, by the way. So अगर उसको sperm ही अच्छा नहीं मिल रहा है तो why would it go and procreate? There is also choice. उधर भी हमको चाहिए अच्छा कुछ. Then only we'll have a baby.
So, if you had to name 3 silent lifestyle mistakes women make, and that we are doing it every day, that damage hormonal health, what would they be?
Eating incorrectly. Eating when you're not hungry. Overeating. Eating emotionally. First, that is one cardinal sin I feel to Agni. The moment your digestion goes for a toss, there is Agni supremacy in Ayurveda. No digestion, poor nutrition, and you will keep on suffering because every cell is not well nourished. If cells are not well nourished, there is not enough energy for expenditure. What are you going to enjoy? That is one. Second, not resting enough. Third, overworking and taking chronic stress for everything which was not meant to be on your table. You just invite, ये भी मैं कर लेती हूँ, ये भी मैं कर लेती हूँ, let me finish this. So women have too much on their plate and women want to multitask.
Yeah.
So do one thing at a time and do it well. So these 3 things if they correct, they are fine. Resting during periods. I really want women to understand that they need it.
So, I want to ask you now some hard truths about health. Tell me, in your clinical experience, what are the most common lies people tell themselves about their health?
Okay, I'll start my healthy regimen tomorrow.
Yeah, there's no tomorrow.
There's no tomorrow. मैं कर लूँगा.
Every Monday.
I don't know what comes, but they believe that they can achieve it. I like the positivity, but the tomorrow is very difficult to come.
If you could delete 3 modern lifestyle habits from humanity overnight, what would they be?
Depending on gadgets too much. Scrolling beyond a certain point because it really affects your memory a lot. And eating on when your body tells you to. Mostly people are so fixated with their work, they miss their eating times.
What is the most uncomfortable truth about health that people refuse to accept?
That a pill will not fix it forever. You need diet and lifestyle along with that and a regulated nervous system to be completely healthy.
I completely agree there. I think that is one of the most important. Everything else will also take a backseat if that is not working. When you look at people struggling with chronic health issues today, what do you believe the deeper human pattern is beneath that disease?
Chronic diseases are metabolic problems and chronic inflammation and too much emotional dysregulation, and everything is interlinked. You can't take one thing away. So chronic inflammation and armor which has settled in the body over a period of time, and what you need to do is activate your immunity and reset cellular intelligence, which is very important.
Do you think that illness sometimes appears because the body is trying to connect the way we are living?
Yes, it is trying to tell you finally it will. I told you, notifications, but then it will come full blast. See, now deal with it.
If anyone listening today wants to restore balance in their life, not just their body, where should they begin?
Begin by having a routine. We do not like routines. We find it very boring. Being healthy is boring. Please fix your routines. Have a regular thing to do daily. Build one habit at a time, and within 2-3 months you will be a healthy person.
And Dr. Manisha, lastly, tell me, Ayurveda often talks about living in harmony with nature, right? But humans seem to be in conflict with themselves. So the real question might be, is the health crisis we are actually seeing today, is it because of disconnection from our own nature?
Yes, completely, completely. We so are disconnected and dysregulated, and we don't even know what is happening inside. And somebody else tells you कि you look a little off or you don't look fine, and that is when we realize. So yes, being connected to gadget is different thing. That is artificial. Being connected to the thing that you have got, which is so fabulous, is so important. So be regulated in your emotions and listen to what your body tells you is most important. Your body will tell you everything. It's like a book you don't read.
And lastly, I want to ask you, there's a lot of theories and trends regarding detoxes, right? 15-day detox, 30-day detox, 7-day detox. And I think detoxes are of all sorts nowadays. It's called detox from food, detox from life, you go away somewhere, detox from my environment, I want to take a break, everything is traumatic. What is your take on detox?
I personally don't like the word detox, and there is liver detox, there is kidney detox, there is life detox. What Ayurveda says is purification and correcting the systems, bringing systems back in balance. So there is Shodhan of Vata, bringing Vata back to balance, Pitta and Kapha. These are the only three detoxes, and you can do it with a doctor, and you can have regimens which can help you. There is no other detox. You can trauma and you take a break, but you will come back to the same trauma. So rather than taking a break, learn to face that trauma, learn to regulate that trauma, understand what is bothering you and correct that inner feeling. You cannot run away from everything. What you need to do is bring back to balance the three bioenergies, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. That is it. There is no detox. Bring systems balance and regulate your entire body, mind, make it very, very sound, and that requires herbs, a diet, a routine, and sleeping on time. Matlab, I can't even emphasize how much important it is that you sleep by 10 p.m., maybe 10:30 at max.
Thank you so much, Doctor. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and I've really found this conversation very insightful, very informative. There's a lot of things I've learned from you, and I hope everyone listening has as well.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was so nice talking to you, and I loved answering each question. I hope it helps others also, and we will meet soon.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Manisha Mishra, MD in Ayurveda, 20 years of experience, and this conversation is all about Ayurveda, biohacking, what you can do to live longer on the human thread, and you can watch it on all streaming platforms.